Okay, recording. Please state your full name.
Mark Madison, Madison.
Do you agree to donate this interview to the American Environmental History Association?
Yes.
So how did you get involved with the association?
I actually didn't start as an environmental historian. I began as a historian of science. And I came to the first meeting in the 1990s in Las Vegas because I was attending my cousin's wedding there at a little white chapel. And I gradually became my home. I drifted into the field, and after Las Vegas, I was hooked.
Over the years, what has your membership to the organization meant to you?
They've become good friends. I've been treasurer for about 17 years, so I've had to come to every conference just to write checks. And what did I do there? I jumped into the question, didn't I?
You know, but I didn't give you a cue to try to
Yeah, so let me start it over, because
Okay.
even though I told you guys what to do, I did
Yeah.
the wrong, stupid thing on my part.
But I didn't say anything.
So your question was, again, what was it?
Okay, we'll start from the top.
Yeah.
Okay. So contextualize your answer by going ahead and sort of repeating the
Right.
question so we understand. How did you get involved with the Environmental History Association?
So I became involved with ASEH in the mid-1990s when I was going to my cousin's wedding and piggybacked on a conference we were holding in Las Vegas. I loved the panels. I actually liked the scholars that were there, and I've stayed involved ever since.
Over the years, what has membership in the organization meant to you?
So I've been involved with ASEH for a couple decades, and the members have become friends, good colleagues, people I actually want to seek out, which isn't always the case, and like to have a drink with and coffee with. And it's probably the friendliest of any of our scholarly societies.
How do you think environmental history and even the organization have changed over time?
ASEH has changed a lot in the last 2 decades. When I joined the organization, the journal had a different name. It was Environmental Review. We only had conferences every 2 years. We had a relatively small membership, a very small number of sessions. And we've really professionalized. Our journal has become one of the best scholarly journals out there. Our conferences are now annual and very large and well attended with excellent intellectual panels occurring. And we really have become more of a impressive intellectual discipline in the last 2 decades.
Do you have any favorite memories of conferences or association with members?
Well, the Las Vegas conference that ASEH held might have been the most fun because we were just off the strip. And there was a lot of great activities there. Also, we had some interesting experiences at the ASEH conference in Baltimore, where we actually had the run of the Baltimore Aquarium for a cocktail party. So it was kind of fun to have drinks while we were walking around with sharks, and those are some of the best memories I've had.
In terms of the intellectual development of the field, are there significant books that you think have maybe changed the way you look at the field?
When I first became interested in environmental history, there actually weren't any environmental historians where I was a graduate student at Harvard. So the only place I could even learn about the field was books. And so books really kind of became my mentors. A couple key ones were Donald Worster's Nature's Economy, which was a great overview of the history of ecological thinking. William Cronin wrote 2 very important books to me. One was Nature's Metropolis, about this city, Chicago, where we are now. And the other was a collection called Uncommon Ground that kind of looked at some of the key scholarship in environmental history at the time. And then I'm really in debt to Carolyn Merchant. Her Death of Nature brought together history of science, which is what I studied in environmental history. And then when I first started teaching undergraduates, her readings in American environmental history actually became my textbook for the next 25 years. So all of these books were critical to my understanding the field and then eventually being able to teach in the field.
Do you have a favorite memory of being an environmental historian and working with the American Society for Environmental History?
Think about that for a second. I guess my favorite memory of the American Society for Environmental History was when I joined the executive board. And at the time, the president was Doug Weiner, who was a bon vivant, a fun guy, a great scholar, who did a wicked imitation of my faculty advisor, Everett Mendelsohn. He's a ruthless mimic, and he was able to put me at ease immediately by taking my recent faculty advisor's voice and then giving me a good ventriloquist act with that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So see that, it's not going to take 15 minutes.
No.
It would have helped if I knew the questions ahead of time.
Well, thanks, Nathan.